Good afternoon. It's another fine afternoon from Younib TV News at 1 with me, Peninah Wachera. Now, today is the second day of the conclave, and Christians worldwide, especially the Catholics, are waiting with bated breath for the selection of the next pope by the cardinal electors. This is something that we are closely tracking, and we will bring you the updates as they continue streaming in on our news desk. But first, these are our top stories.
Suspects to the crime scene and financial proceeds linked to the suspects. These exhibits are undergoing forensic analysis.
Hardship za walimu zilipatikana kutoka kwa agitation ya walimu.
The launch of this initiative today will serve as a springboard into a rapid results initiative aimed at achieving full SHA coverage across all correctional facilities.
In this budget, the hospital will be given 3 billion shillings. Is that what we want to allow as the working of the Constitution? We must say no.
Hii Kenya iko vikundi viwili. Iko kikundi hii yetu ya broad based. Watu wanaoamini katika umoja wa Wakenya. Watu wanaoamini katika umoja. Lakini kuna kikundi kingine ngambo ile, watu wa chuki.
Right. The Papal Conclave 2025 has brought together 133 cardinals from 90 countries in Vatican City, Italy's Sistine Chapel. The conclave started on Wednesday afternoon, precisely 16 days after Pope Francis passed away. The first secret ballots results were released on Wednesday evening, with black smoke billowing from the chimney of the Sistine Chapel, which basically means the cardinals failed to elect the new pope. Let's have a look.
Venerabiles fratres, cum sacris litaverimus nunc conclave ad diligentum Romanum pontificem ingrediemur.
Extra omnes.
Citing his history of keeping his word to Kenyans, President William Ruto is expressing confidence that he will defeat the opposition handily in 2027 and win a second term. The president downplayed the threat posed by the expected opposition alliance to his re-election campaign. Ruto was speaking in Narok on the second day of his development tour of the county.
Hii Kenya iko vikundi viwili. Iko kikundi hii yetu ya broad based. Watu wanaoamini katika umoja wa Wakenya. Watu wanaoamini katika umoja. Lakini kuna kikundi kingine ngambo ile, watu wa chuki, watu ya ukabila, watu wa migawanyiko wameungana tena pande ile ati kuendesha ukabila katika taifa letu la Kenya. Mimi nataka niwaambie wale watu wa ukabila na chuki na migawanyiko, tuko tayari kukabiliana na nyinyi. Mnasema tuunganishe Kenya. Ndio tupange mambo ya kilimo tuondoe njaa. Tupange masomo ya watoto wetu tuondoe ujinga. Tupange uchumi wa Kenya tuondoe maskini. Na msikuwe na wasiwasi, hawa wengine nitawakaranga hapa mbele watashangaa.
Ati wanafanya mikutano ya kupanga ukabila. Hao jamaa waambiwe sio ati hatuko ready, we are ready for them. Siku ya kampeni ikifika tutawamalizia asubuhi na mapema. Kweli si kweli?
Nimeita wazee wa Kalenjin, nimeita wazee wa Masai, tumekubaliana vile kazi hiyo tutatatua na tunataka amani kuwe pale na kila mtu apate haki yake.
Mambo ya ukabila si nimemaliza hapa Narok. Siku hizi sio mambo imeisha. Basari wanapata pamoja. Mambo ya barabara wanapata pamoja. Mambo ingine ya madarasa wanapata pamoja.
A group of cabinet secretaries have come under fire from senators who claim that they are distributing national resources to their home counties in violation of the Constitution's equitable development provisions. Senators urge the development of legislation that will prohibit CSs from accompanying the head of state to political rallies or events. The senators also criticized National Treasury John Mbadi. Here's the report.
What about this man called Opiyo Wandayi? When you say you've gone to borrow money on behalf of the entire Kenya to take to Nyanza, what about Tana River County? What about the Coast Region? What is wrong with you people?
Iwapo mawaziri watakuwa naangalia maeneo yao na kutenga fedha za kuwatetea wao, hakuna haja wao kuleta stakabadhi za kupitishwa hapa Senate. Wao wanaenda katika vijiji vyao wapitishe bajeti zao na watuachie sisi jumba la Senate na jumba la kitaifa kutetea wa Kenya.
Whereas in the last budget, the Jaramogi Hospital could only access 300 million from Professor Nyong. Now that he is Minister for Finance, in this budget, the hospital will be given 3 billion shillings. Is that what we want to allow as the working of the Constitution? We must say no, so that we protect smaller communities, unlucky communities that do not have a minister. The minister of the national government at the Treasury is not the minister for any community, leave alone the Luo community. He must serve us equally.
Some of these individuals who joined government recently think they are there to represent their ethnic communities. That every time a cabinet secretary stands up, he tells you how much the Ministry of Energy has allocated to power projects in Nyanza. So the rest of us lawyers are sitting there wondering, Allah, so who is going to speak about the projects in Bungoma? Who is going to speak about the projects? Honorable Speaker, I have said on this floor that as a Senate, as a Parliament, it is the responsibility of all of us, irrespective of our political parties, to oversight the national governments and the county governments. Honorable Speaker, if there is a problem with a CS, that CS must account to Parliament as an institution, not even to their political parties or this thing monster they are calling broad-based. It doesn't exist in my view.
These people are supposed to be technical people. The people who should accompany the president are governors, senators, members of parliament. These are the people who should be there on the ground. What do these people do? And the fact is, whenever the president is not there, they don't go to those places.
We have lamented enough. We have vented our frustrations enough. It is time you invoke Standing Order 51D and move an official censure motion against some of these CSs so that we can see some seriousness going forward.
Inspector Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja has issued fresh updates into the fatal shooting of Kasipul Member of Parliament Charles Wachera. In a statement issued today, IG Kanja said that 2 suspects linked to the murder were arrested by police and will be arraigned at the JKIA law courts. In the meantime, Kanja also said that the detectives were able to recover the murder weapons linked to the assassination.
The suspects to the crime scene and the financial proceeds linked to the suspects. These exhibits are undergoing forensic analysis to further strengthen the case and clarify the circumstances surrounding Honorable Wachera's murder. Thorough, meticulous forensic work. 4 suspects directly linked to the crime scene were arrested. Some of them are believed to be members of the Mujahideen, an organized criminal gang known for armed robberies in Nairobi, Eastlands area. On May 5, 2025, the 4 suspects were presented before the JKIA court, where investigators secured a 30-day custodial order to facilitate further inquiries. The case is scheduled for mention on June 5, 2025. 2 additional suspects have been apprehended following the arrest. The 2 led investigators to residence where key evidence was recovered, including 2 firearms, a little Falcon pistol, a Christmas pistol, a bag, and a footwear matching the descriptions of items worn by one of the suspects at the crime scene. All the recovered items were submitted for forensic examinations. Furthermore, 2 more key suspects were arrested yesterday, bringing the number of suspects in custody to 10. Today, I stand before you with significant findings from comprehensive ballistic investigations regarding the tragic demise of Hon Charles Wachera. The ballistics report we have received unequivocally links the Christmas pistol recovered from the residence of one of the suspects.
We are going for a short break and we'll be back with more news updates. Don't go far. Welcome back. In an effort to improve inmate access to health care, about 60,000 offenders nationwide are scheduled to register with the Social Health Authority. The government's dedication to protecting the health and dignity of all citizens, including prisoners, was underscored by the Correctional Service Principal Secretary, Dr. Salome Biko, during the launch of the Social Health Authority Registration Initiative at Langata Women Maximum Security Prison in Nairobi County.
The launch of this initiative today will serve as a springboard into a rapid results initiative aimed at achieving full SHA coverage across all correctional facilities nationwide. And not only SHA coverage, but also issuance of identification cards to everybody. It is important that we all register for SHA, all of us, to save our own lives, to save the lives of our loved ones, because this is progress.
With biometric system being put in place across all stations in the country, by the immigration, we'll be able to register all inmates within the shortest period possible.
Part of the special groups are our citizens in lawful custody, our guests of the state, who we are also ensuring that we register. Other special groups include the refugees.
As a country, we would want to make sure that we are all included. Make sure that no one of us is left behind. And that's why we are here today, to ensure that the identity of all of us is appreciated.
A plan supported by the government to evaluate and maybe eliminate some hardship allowance has been met with considerable opposition by the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers, KUPPET, citing a lack of public involvement and engagement with impacted teachers. KUPPET has charged Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi with going beyond his authority with the proposed degazettement, insisting that the disputed hardship benefits are protected by a legal binding collective bargaining agreement. The union is now contemplating legal action. Here is the report.
Hardship za walimu zilipatikana kutoka kwa agitation ya walimu, kutoka kwa migomo ya walimu. Kwa hivyo akijaribu hata kidogo, tutadili na yeye kisheria.
Any reduction in the current hardship zones must be informed by empirical improvements in conditions of life across all 7 benchmarks set by the National Bureau of Statistics.
We, the teachers, are going to take the action by withdrawing our teachers the moment we see that the hardship allowance has been removed.
On to matters sports. After holding Nigeria to a 2-2 draw in Cairo, Egypt, Kenya's Rising Stars finished the Under-20 African Cup of Nations with at least 1 point. Kenya took the lead twice in the game, but Nigeria was able to tie the score both times due to lack of focus. Kenya received a single point and finished last in Pool B. Here is the report.
It's the captain, Kevin Wangaya. That's fired in from distance. Well off target. But now a chance to do just that. And in the flash of an eye, Nigeria are level. And it is Kaparobo Arieshi on. Swung in. It's a really great ball. And it's finished with aplomb. And what a moment for the Rising Stars. Mwangi has never scored for the under-20s, but he has now. A bronze medalist 4 years ago.
Now it's a wrap here at Younib TV News at 1. Thanks so much to the crew here in the studio that has made this a success. And of course, you, our dear viewers. Now, in the spirit of the conclave, we say gracias, Latin word for thank you. Stay tuned for our subsequent programs. I have been your news host, Peninah Wachera. Have a good afternoon.